Hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Kebablord here, and we are continuing with our big Season 2 Let's Play. So, we had quite some fun already, and we are now further improving our production here in Embesa. And we noticed in the last episode that we are going to need a bit more linseed production to increase our linen production so that we can have more tapestries. So yeah, increasing the amount of linen mills, that is going to be interesting.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Okay, at the same time, we can then also put another item in here to increase this production further. And yeah, we are going to do two steps in this episode. First, linseed production and linen production for our tapestries. And then we are also going to modernize this island here, so in
I'm
Sydenham
delighted to introduce our new colleague.
Which will mean that we need to do a bit more production so that they get, they need dried meat. Which they can actually get from Taborim. That's why, yeah, we are simply going to import-export everything. Okay. So, item development. Linen mill, before we forget that. So we already got Faraz Azarami. And a printing press. And then we can get here the optimized automatic loom.
So what if I am deeply prejudiced?
So, and you are transporting cloth plus dried meat. So, create new route, trade route to the Embesa group, from here to there. And you get here the finery and the dried meat. There she is. So, and I noticed that now the Sangha is available. Which we can also put onto our linen. Transport for the scholars. So we have then here linen. Yep, and you get now the linen too. If I find it in that big ship list. Maybe I should even go for another ship for Linen 3.
The people celebrate your leadership.
So, and one day we will build up bright sands again, but I'm going to solve most via import-export. We will simply produce heavy machines. I mean, we are even able to produce oil here that we can then simply export to Bright Sands. Yeah, that is going to be nice in the far future. And once the campaign story is over and the Arctic is stabilized, we are going to slowly but steadily remove our little friend here.
The ingenious device is complete.
And he still finds ways to improve the city a little bit. But still has these ugly gaps in it. Yeah, that is something that I really don't understand about the AI here. It'd be so easy, just place here a road and a couple of houses. It could look so nice. Well, at least the campus is fully integrated. And then we will simply buy his islands one by one. Unfortunately, in the meantime, we can't do anything else than waiting.
Ship constructed.
In theory, we don't need that one anymore, or that. Or the hibiscus. You're not the Minerva, you are the Linen 3. Oh wait, how much hibiscus are we consuming? Hibiscus tea? Yeah, we might need 2 more ships there. So now we got a bit more influence again.
Fundamentally average.
Yeah, that should help. Okay, now again with the items. Items for the trade union. So we got that. And after that we actually need 2 more items, so that is actually a bit of a waiting game that we are currently having. And I'm not really a huge fan of that. That is for museum to just spam attractiveness. Actually, yeah, why are we not continuing with that? To unlock more prestige levels.
It's working. I think we have it.
So, and now 2 more items for the linseed farms.
Stores are inundated.
And still, I wish
Competitors are now at war.
I could queue item development. That would be such a big
Ceasefire
help.
has ended. Competitors have agreed a peace deal.
And hopefully one day we are not having to rely on those cheap measures. When we have a beautiful botanical garden. And a beautiful zoo. And not that amalgamation of chaos. So 16,900, yeah, we used to have more. But thanks to the changes that I did with the botanical garden, we don't. But with every additional 1,000 attractiveness, we will increase our prestige level, which will grant way more passive bonuses like workforce and more visits and so on. So yeah, especially with the next DLCs, it should be easy to get more attractiveness. When I consider the sheer range of the area of influence.
The non-aggression pact has ended. Ship constructed.
Now that also has the potential to be interesting. If you do that, how well does our energy grid still work? Very well, it seems.
An especially exclusive assignment.
Aside from those advanced cotton mill productions,
You lack the guts to carry it through.
yeah, that should still work. when in doubt, we can simply research to build another one. But now with the additional attractiveness. That really helps. More productivity, more island storage, increased visit chance, more workforce of everything.
We're taking every care.
Yeah, that was definitely the right decision. So, come on, finish that one, so that I can research the last one. Plus 250 attractions per completed cultural set. Ooh! If we just had more investors. Yeah, one day. That would really raise our attractiveness level. I mean, let's just compare it. Now we are prestige level 27. You see all the bonuses? In regards of workforce, we could make everyone an investor. Productivity bonus, even more area of influence. Which would actually allow us to move that one, those here back. But we could not do anything new.
I'm cheery as a...
We would be limited to investors. But on the other hand, we could now upgrade so many houses so that we have investors. Basically, we could be only with investors.
Hail to thee, high above the rest.
But then we run into issues with all the investor needs.
It's working. I think we have it.
Yeah, prestige level 19. And there you can see it works for power plants, since they are also considered public buildings. Or not, actually. Huh, I thought that would be the case. So, time to move it back. We are not yet ready for that. So now the last one for the linseed farms. The patterned steel seed drill.
The people celebrate your leadership.
That will really be interesting. So, you guys are now ready for an upgrade,
An
right?
explosion in one of your factories.
Sometimes I really swear the game hates me. It has been eternity since the last time we had something like that. So the cool stuff first. Can get rid of most of these houses now.
Ship constructed.
So, hibiscus tea 1. I mean 2. Seafood stew 2. You both become crimson red.
I have to think what's best for us.
So now that works.
On our way.
And you can start delivering the first materials. So how about that harbor? That should be soon for completely filled.
New orders.
Yeah. So here around 106 will be loaded. That is good to know that we only consume 106 out of 400. And here it's just that the storage is not full yet.
Let's have ours.
Otherwise there would simply be a bit more in there.
Where are the best margins?
So, and we now, of course, need some steel.
There's a charitable heart in there. I'm sure of it.
Bring her around.
And in theory, we just need to build a fuel depot somewhere here. And that way we won't even have to increase the irrigation capacity. Or do anything else in those regards.
Olio reporting in.
Oh, of course, not enough space. We'll go here. That also does not work.
It's working. I think we have it.
Cargo boat at the ready.
Perfect. So now for the oil route here, Tabarine.
The cherry atop our beautiful friendship cake.
Yeah, fuck yourself. Seriously.
Aye.
Good, that works. Now we can load in the next item. And then go back.
The ribbon is cut. They're streaming in.
Going for the marshland. So with all those, you are now going to Taborine. I still also need a bit more population.
Good waters for sharks.
So, and we could get around 3,000 additional people by starting to produce steam carriages. Unfortunately, that is one of those production lines that I absolutely hate, so we will increase our population by building bright sands.
How may I help? These colorful fields could be even bigger.
Oh, they will be big enough.
The story is about a city like this one.
Only our reporting
So-
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Yeah, not really useful for me. So, we are now going to collect more steel. I'm looking forward to the next oil transport coming in. So, a couple of steam motors, a few more steel beams.
Room to maneuver.
Okay, that seems to work.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
All those linen mills.
Finally, it's over. What do we get?
Wait a second, about linen production.
Oh, that is quite elegant.
85. Crown vault. Yeah, still not as much as I would have hoped. So nothing too special, it seems. But still, anything that raises attractiveness helps me.
If only Tariko hadn't misplaced my last batch.
Ceasefire has ended.
You're right. We need some.
Yep, you do. You need some perspective. So, and if you now go here for the linen mill.
The game is afoot.
And now you should be producing way more.
We don't have to hurt. What rules were you playing?
But that means we also need to increase our linseed production. Okay, then. What was the next set? That was the medicinal. So, okay. Time to collect this one first. With that we get more happiness. So, and for medicinal, do we have any of those? Nope, we don't.
A milestone in the world of finance.
So, linseed farm. We start by replacing that one.
I didn't expect you there.
Oh, we are here already at 0 workforce that is needed. So, how much linseed are we now producing? That was actually quite worthy of the effort that we put into it. Yeah, that should work. So with that we got a bit more of linseed production. That definitely fulfills anything that we need here. So we can now get here heavily into the indigo production. One of these farms is producing 4 units of indigo, as it seems.
I think this calls for vermouth.
The doors are shut. Where are the proceeds?
Yeah, that needs to wait now a little bit, dear investor. Maybe it would be great if, like with a newspaper, you could simply put the
Only a fool
World's
would
Fair
use
on
that
repeat. Would, in my opinion, be a good addition. Has a little quality of life feature. So, how much indigo do we now produce? 25. We could need a little bit more.
Just give me a minute to put my tools in.
But yeah, just think of a player who does not own the Bright Harvest DLC. They would have real issues in the late game. So now time to get here.
This city is a magnet for genius.
Nice. So let's go. Not diplomacy. We want to go for the routes. Trade route, charter route. From here to there. So anything else of the harbor area that we can build, like an additional pier? Apparently not.
Non-aggression pact has ended.
Or... Ah, here's an additional pier.
Oh, that is quite
So... Next item of the medicinal set. Now we just need to increase our tapestry production. Which is, by the way, quite expensive in regards of workforce.
Ceasefire has ended.
Called that a storm? Why, it was nothing at all.
Also, we can go here for another Lumina.
I feel it reflects the times.
Yeah, that is okay. Okay, for the tapestries we need the tapestry looms. That means we need another item for that. Tapestry looms, so expensive. What works there? Anything special? Affects tapestry looms, ceramics workshop. Substitute workforce instead of its usual workforce for buildings employs shepherd workforce. Nice. Then I know what we are going to do.
no land that produces.
And now I wish I wouldn't have forgotten to already develop the items for that. Then we would save some time. Oh well, we can do so in the next episode. Then there will be finally tapestries for the people.
The people celebrate your leadership.
I do not intend to do anything in regards of lanterns. So the next step then be to finally go to the Arctic.
Say Annie has no mercy. Play that blunder.
Yeah, exporting schnapps should not be much of a problem. We have that. We need to export brass to here, the rest we can actually produce here on our own. Pemmican is stuff that they get as food. We can export timber on our own up here.
I lost.
We'll probably have to increase the amount of charcoal that we are producing here. But even for that, they are very specialized items to save space. As well as for the hunting.
I think we have enough of that for a while.
Hunting caverns, yeah, that will be nice.
Competitors are now at war.
Got here the necessary
Ceasefire
fertility
has
that we
ended.
want, yeah. So yeah, in the next episode we will actually start with improving the Arctic. I'm really looking forward to that.
I think this calls for vermouth.
So, tapestry looms. Yeah, first is Magan, the master craftsman. And then we'll go for a couple of items that reduce the amount of workforce that is needed.
You reach the limits of the possible.
And then we should be fine. Yeah,
Go
blah
for
blah
a
blah.
song at auction. This has to make a splash.
I am giddy with gratitude.
Oh. I was...
A thank you for
Ah,
all you've
new
done.
word worker. Okay, good. That was a side quest that I totally forgot about.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Okay. Anything else happening? Not really, I think. Yeah, not really. So it's time to get a new thumbnail for this episode. Yeah, that looks about right. So, and yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If yes, please consider giving it a thumbs up, would be a great feedback for me. Would help grow the channel further, having more reach and so on. Remember, user interaction is something that is very much valued by the YouTube algorithm. And aside from that, of course, if you have direct feedback, questions or whatsoever, then just type it down in the comments. And if you want to get notified whenever I upload something new, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and the notifications are activated. And with that, I say goodbye and see you next time in Anno 2205. Bye bye!